I have a very special treat for you out there. I am wanting to share with you what I believe to be the most greatest thing that you could do in the gym. Are you ready for this? I don't think you are. I want you to reflect in your mind. I want you to see yourself, maybe yesterday, maybe the day before, maybe today. And I want you to see yourself moving in space, performing your daily activities. Now, as you're imagining yourself, as you're viewing yourself in your mind, ask yourself, am I standing with both feet flat on the ground? Am I using both hands, both arms equally to perform whatever task, to get that activity completed? Or are you maybe leaning? Are you maybe shifted? Are you maybe offset in your body's position? Maybe are you standing on one leg? So think about your feet. Are your feet flat? Probably not. Are you using both your hands and arms together equally? Or is one hand holding onto something while the other hand is trying to fidget around for that task to be performed? So hopefully you see where I'm going here, because all those things that you see yourself doing throughout daily life probably is not going to be what we like to call stable. And how are you training that in your strength training programs when you go to the gym? So here at Fitness Lying Down, we absolutely attack what we call unilateral training. So that unilateral now, if you're thinking about those words, those prefixes and all this, one, so we're thinking about one side. I don't want to pick on it, but traditionally when you go to a lot of these conventional cookie cutter fitness as usual box gyms, you walk in and people are doing exercises with both feet flat on the ground. They're using both arms equally. And why is that? Because they're very stable. But we need to change that just a little bit. We need to offer better opportunities for people to become more strong so that they can struggle in the gym with some instability. Because if you're not struggling, you're not doing it right. So we want to struggle a little bit so that we can be stronger, so we can learn. So when I'm doing an exercise, I want to make sure that I'm doing so many on one side, so many on the other side, and it will feel like night and day. It's going to feel like a foreign language on the one side. And we get people that are always talking about my bad side. And what makes that side so bad? It's less connected. If you're right-handed, you're doing so many of your things with your right hand. You're leading with your right hand. And so that pattern is so well conditioned, the motor control is there. If you try to replicate that task with your left hand, if you're right-handed, it's going to be totally different. So we want to close that gap between that discrepancy. We want to try to make the body a little bit more balanced. Now, it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, but we want to get pretty close. So that way we don't have these problems down the road with mobility issues, because if I'm always working on the one side and I'm kind of negating the other one, and even, side note, when I am doing things like in the traditional gym and I'm using a barbell per se, and I'm doing an activity, it tends to be that my more dominant side will kind of take over a little bit and give a little rest and relief for the non-dominant side. So when I can put that non-dominant side in the spotlight and have it perform, and I have to be mindful about it, I have to be very intentional, all of a sudden it's going to create a better strength in your body. And then you will have more success. This is where it matters the most. You will have more success outside of the gym when you're performing those daily activities. So take it or leave it. That's just my advice. The best thing you could do in the gym, starting day one, do it tomorrow, do it the next day, whenever your next session is. Start thinking about how you're gonna make that body stronger, one side at a time. Yeah, you're welcome.